Hello, my name is Aaron Henry, and I'm doing the ethical news story about the United Airlines scandal from back in April 2017. First of all, what is business ethics? Well, it's a very general term that refers to any actions taken by a manager or person in charge of a company that is deemed unethical or immoral. This can be just management acting unethically towards their inventory or their sales or their human resources, or it can be something such as the corporation not acting in a way that's socially responsible for the area that they live in and the people that live in that area, or it can even be something environmentally concerning that can damage our environment and damage the community that they live in as well. So businessmen and women are not known for being the most ethical people in the world. To get where they get, they sometimes have to act in that way, at least in their eyes. Something that happens every day that raises questions of what is being done is right or wrong in a moral sense. I believe that most people would not have expected anything of an ethical or moral issue to have happened in the middle of an airplane, however. This is exactly what did happen. On Sunday, April 9th, a man was forcibly removed from the airplane and injured in the process. There are many ethical concerns with the actions taken by the crew of the airline. The first question would have to come into whether the rule itself was ethical, or it could have been done in a much better way. The policy states that when there are no customers willing to leave their seat, and that when they have chosen those that they are required to leave their seat, if they do not leave on their own free will, they will be forcibly removed by the officers from outside of the plane. The law was behind them, but they did not act in a very ethical manner. The employees especially, the officer was not ethical in his actions. He felt no empathy for what he was doing and the harm he was causing the consumer. This comes down to United not instilling an ethical mindset into their policies. It is possible that they believe in ethical actions but not actively plan for them when creating their policies. Bowen in 2006 said that ethics was considered a part of the organizational culture rather than a part of the issues management decision-making process, so it was not a prominent consideration. In other words, the businessmen may have their own set of ethics that they adhere to, but it wasn't on top in the forefront of their mind when creating the policies, so it did not leak into the policy as well. Had the company used an ethical mindset when designing their policy, they may not have allowed any forcible actions to be taken, and this would not have occurred. The aftermath of this scandal was very large for United. Their reputation was damaged, and it certainly lost them customers. The company has a responsibility not only to themselves, but to their customers as well, to act in a certain way. This is what is known as corporate social responsibility, or CSR. In today's world especially, we expect our companies to act the right way and be good to us all as well. Given that firms throughout the world are increasingly challenged to show that they take corporate citizenship seriously, formal planning appears to be an effort that can assist in the development of activities that demonstrate corporate behavior. Nobody wants to see a news story about a company that they frequent doing something unethical. The company should have used better planning techniques in order to plan for something such as this happening and handle it in a much better way that would not have damaged their reputation. The company could have protected themselves had they thought ahead ethically and decided that they should, instead of waiting until everyone has boarded the plane, to stop boarding the plane at such time where they had too many people in order to not have to remove anyone from the airplane, but instead refused to boarding them because they were the last ones to arrive. One of the biggest issues that came out of this scandal was the response of the CEO. Muniz stated that his employees did nothing wrong and that he supported their actions. He of course apologized for the injuries sustained by Dr. Dow, but was not very heartfelt. It is his responsibility as the CEO to paint this in the best light possible for his company. He did not to fire every single employee involved. By backing up this action, he stated that he was okay with the violence. The power of their words and speeches, letters, media releases, and other written or verbal communications to internal and external stakeholders clearly contributes to shaping opinions across stakeholder groups. In other words, the CEO basically came out and said he was okay with what was going on, and that it's his responsibility to go to his customers and try and gain their trust back, as well as his other employees. That he was not in support of the actions taken by that one officer. That he is not condoning a violent act upon an innocent person, even if they were asked to move from the airplane, by their own policy. But he didn't, that it wasn't, did not have to be done in that way. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned a lot.